What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. We've got a little bit of Seattle Seahawks news. This actually came out yesterday afternoon, but it's not exactly anything earth-shattering. It's not something that is likely to have any real effect on the team. So I figured I'd just go ahead and wait to talk about it today. But the Seahawks have signed a player, which I believe gets their roster back up to 90 players. So we are now full up. And this is likely the state we're going to be in when we go into the first parts of full training camp. So the Seahawks are planning on signing wide receiver Marcus Sims. He does have to take a physical, but it seems like it is going to happen. Brady Henderson's got the report on screen here. Came from a couple other different sources as well. I saw it all over the place last night. Young 26-year-old receiver. And his claim to fame is what he did in the UFL with Michigan this last season. Played in 8 games and had 23 catches, 426 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's most of what we have about this guy, by the way. Marcus Sims did cameo for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe, several years ago. But he never played, or at least never did anything on the field for them. So this UFL experience is all we have. The 23 catches he had last year is all that I know of him. I know he has return ability as well. He returned kicks and punts in the UFL, and he also did it in college. So that might be what we're looking at here. But as I've said before, wide receiver is not an easy position to crack on this Seahawks team right now. We have guys that we probably like that are not going to be able to make the team, and we have guys that we like that we're really hoping can get on the practice squad probably. So if you're somebody like a Marcus Sims, you're looking up at the roster and you're just thinking to yourself, this is going to be an uphill battle. It is going to be difficult for me to make this team. But when you're a UFL player who wasn't even one of the best players in that league, you're just happy to be part of any NFL experience. So outside of the UFL stuff, he did play for a few years in the in college. Like I said, he was a Mountaineer, West Virginia, and he had a couple of pretty decent seasons there. Nothing huge, about 650 to 700 yards in his final 2 years at West Virginia. And he also did a good amount of punt returning and kick returning. Returned almost 50 total kicks in 2017. Went down to 20 in 2018, but that might be the area that he has a chance to actually break into the NFL. But I don't have a ton to say about this guy. He seems like a relatively typical kind of slot receiver type. Not necessarily super fast, but a little bit more quick, maybe. And he seems to be a little bit of a big play threat as well. It's not a big sample size, but over his career in college and the UFL, he's racking up a serious count on yards per catch. So we got that. But I don't really have a ton else. And once again, it's just hard to imagine him making the 53-man roster, and he might even be long odds to make the practice squad because receiver is tough to crack on this team right now, unless over the next couple of months this team decides to throw in the towel on a guy like D. Eskridge and maybe doesn't like what they see with a guy with a Lavishka Chenault, the veteran, and decides Derek Young can't stay healthy, so we got to move on. There are some things that could happen. But more than likely, this is a signing for training camp and the preseason. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. We'll see if anything else happens today, but more than likely, I'll just see you guys tomorrow or tonight in stream.